Hi, good morning. This is my random act of kindness video. It is first thing Sunday morning. It's 7 something, I think about 7:30, and I am where I am every Sunday morning. I volunteer for a charity called the Pussycat Lodge. This charity rescues cats and finds them their forever home. So I thought I would show you what I do. I realise it's not a random act of kindness towards a person, but I think these cats are just as much in need, and the reason that they need our kindness and our love and our help is 9 times out of 10 because of acts of humans, things that they've done, things that they haven't done. I've worked here for about 8 or 9 months now, every Sunday. I haven't actually been here because for a couple of weeks now, because I was away for 2.5 weeks in America. So everything changes very quickly around here, so I'm not quite sure what is going to be in store for today, which is always exciting. So I'm going to take you with me and show you around a little bit and show you what I do, and yeah, we'll go from there. Hi, okay, I've now been here a few hours and I have done everything I need to do, so I'm about to shoot off. I'm going to show you what I do. This is, that's it, I'll spin you around in a second. This is the room that I do. When I first got here, this is not what I did. I trained and showed how to clean the cats, and so when I get here I clean them all out, and then I work in the kitten room. So you have to make sure that you cuddle all of the kittens as well, because it's really important to give them human contact to make sure that they're happy with humans and are friendly, and then they get rehomed really quickly. The kittens go really quickly, they're cute and adorable and everyone wants them. The cats sometimes take longer. We've had one here that went today actually. Her name was Ebony. She was a beautiful black cat, and she's been here I think about a year now, so she went today. That was lovely. Like I said, the kittens don't stay long. I've been off for 2.5 weeks, so things have changed. There was a cat in here called Jemima, who had 6 kittens. Unfortunately, one died on birth, so she had 5, and they were beautiful. They have all been adopted to their forever homes, including Jemima, so that's lovely. Today I will show you what we've got. I actually rescued 2 kittens at the beginning of the year. When I started volunteering here, I knew I wanted to get a cat, but my house wasn't quite ready, so I waited until it was, and then I got 2 kittens. I did want a cat, but my 2 kittens were actually in this pen here behind me, and no one wanted them. They had a horrible story. They were born in the wild. A neighbour realised that their neighbour had moved and chucked the cat out because she was pregnant and they didn't want to take her with her. So she had the kittens in the wild and then in the back garden. And then this neighbour started to feed the kittens. The kittens came crying for food. The mother rejected them at about 10 weeks, I believe it was, because the mother was starving herself. So the mother's now been adopted out as well. So that's good. And the 2 kittens, we don't know that much more about what happened with them, whether there was any other kittens, because like I said, I chucked out in the garden. So they came, and by the time they got here, because they were 10-11 weeks old, they were semi-feral and no one wanted them. They were in that pen there and they hissed at everyone. Hardly anyone could touch them. So the only people who wanted them were kids, and that wasn't an ideal home for them. And then when the kids would see them and they'd hiss, then they wouldn't want them anyway. So no one wanted them. and eventually they would have had to gone into our feral pen, which is where we have all our feral cats, and they go to good homes on yards or stables, and they're looked after, and they're caught ever so often for their jabs and everything else, and they're kept on the yard. They have food, water, shelter, but they're just not house cats and they're not domesticated, which is fine, and it works for both. But like I said, my cats, they were kittens and they are semi-feral. I will show you them hopefully later when I get home. I'll give you a little clip of them. So I'm going to show you what I've got here today. Okay, wouldn't let me flip around for some reason. So this is Isla. She has got 5 kittens in there, and she has actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so she's got 5 of her own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 3 up here, and then there's 2 down here. And this little ginger one, she adopted. We're not quite sure what happened. Like I said, I have been away. Isla was here before, but I'm not sure what happened with this little ginger one. But Isla adopted her, and she's been a lovely mummy. She's had cuddles today. This is Boots. Boots came in on Friday with her 5 kittens all huddled around there. Just so you know, these pens are smaller than the other ones. They're top and bottom, so they can run up and down. The reason they're smaller is because they're kittens, and as soon as they get big enough, they are moved to a bigger pen straight away. This in here is Polly and her 2 little kittens. I don't know if you can see them there. They're so cute. And then down here is Katie, and she's got 3 kittens. She's grey. She's got 2 black kittens and a grey kitten, and then you've seen Boots. So that's it for the moment. So I'm just going to show you this quickly. This is where I started. This are the main pens, and they'll have a couple of cats in them each. When I first started coming here, my first couple of weeks I really struggled. Some of the stories were just horrible, and I don't think there's one in that one, and I thought, oh, I don't know if I can keep going back and doing this. It's so heartbreaking to hear all the stories, and it just so happened when I started it was winter, it was really cold, and there's Rocco in here. Interesting. They're the birds whistling in the background. These are the kittens that actually were next door, and they're big enough now, so they're in a big pen. And they're lovely little kittens. So yeah, when I first started working here, I found it very difficult, and undenied about whether I was going to continue to do it. And then I had a little word with myself and thought, no, all these cats are here because of something that humans have done. Humans have either not looked after them or neglected them in some way, and if I can help to make a little bit of a difference and, you know, look after them a bit, it's humans' responsibility. So this is what I do every Sunday. I do love it. It can be very hard sometimes and upsetting, but every little helps, and that's what I do, just my little bit every Sunday. It's about 10:30 now. I tend to go around, once I've done all the kittens and loved them all, I spend time with the mums and everything else as well. And then I tend to go around and see all the other cats and give them some love as well. Especially if on them it says, see this one says Henry frightened. So that's Henry there, the black one. And I tend to try and spend some time with them and just make them adjust a little bit more, make it a little bit easier for them, because the more time you spend with them, the more trust they have in humans. So yeah, that's it. So as I mentioned, these are my 2 cats. This is Tinker, and around the corner this is Belle. And when I first got them, you couldn't get near them at all. They are semi-feral, but they love a treat, and I can now stroke Belle and she'll come to me and give me a little sniff, and she'll let me stroke her. Tinker, not so much. Tinks, she'll let me put my hand up to her, but she won't let me stroke her. That's fine, we're gonna persevere. It's just this weird thing where she has her mouth open at you. But she's just so cute. And sometimes I get to stroke her, it depends what mood she's in. But when sorry, my mum called. So when I first got them, you couldn't get near them, and I bought this little, I'm gonna make them come back. I bought this little cat scratcher, and it has a little bed at the bottom, and it's like a little box, and Tinker used to hide in there all day, you know the sound of their treats, and not come out. So for Tinker to be out in the open, letting me put my hand up to her, is a big improvement. Bells come on wonders, so it's just a matter of spending time with them. It's not the easiest thing, they're not the easiest cats, but no one else wanted them, and it just broke my heart because they had such a horrible start in life through no fault of their own, and it just wasn't fair. So she'll eat treats out of my hand now, normally. There we go. It just wasn't fair, and Belle's now in her bed. Want a treat, Belle? So I adopted them and have loved them. For strangers, they'll still hiss at strangers, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you what I do. It's a very small part of Pussycat Lodge. There's loads of volunteers who are just amazing. So yeah, this is my small act of kindness, and if nothing else, if this video just helps raise awareness and people Google Pussycat Lodge and see a cat that they like, that'd be amazing, you know, that'd be brilliant. And the only other thing I would say is, for anyone thinking about getting a cat out there, you know, look at these shelters, have a little look, see if you can't rescue one. They're not all like mine. Mine are the exception. Most of them are lovely and just need a loving forever home to go to and to be loved in. See? And she's come on so far. It takes a lot of time and perseverance, but they're so worth it. So thank you for watching, and yeah, bye.